I've been watching Marvel movies for a very long time. I've been a fan of the MCU ever since 2016, after BVS ran me back to Marvel to see what they had to offer. And I've loved the MCU ever since. But on November 10th, 2023, an MCU movie is coming out that for the first time ever, I will not watch. It's a movie that I will not go. Not only will I not go pay to see it, but it's a movie that I won't buy another ticket for to not support it, to sneak in to go see it. I am not going to put eyes on the Marvels, the Captain Marvel sequel. This is the first movie in my career that I am choosing, the Marvel movie that I'm choosing not to see, boycotting, rejecting, call it what you want. And there's a reason for that. And the reason that I have are many, and a lot of you guys feel the exact same way. I'm Jody Joe. Thank you guys so very much for being here. Thank you. We're going to get right up into it. As we talked about, Captain Marvel is going to be, well, The Marvels is the first MCU movie that I'm not going to be watching. And a lot of you guys are not going to be watching it either. And I'm not a genie or nothing, but it's crazy how many of us can predict what the Marvels already has to offer. Many of us who haven't even seen the Marvels already know what type of movie it's going to be. We already know the type of narrative that's going to be in the Marvels. We already know the type of storyline that's going to be in the Marvels. We already know the type of agenda that's going to be in the Marvels. We already know the type of message that is going to be in the Marvels. So if we know it already, why not? Why do we need to go see it? Well, a lot of you guys would say, well, because it's a movie. Don't you want to see? You didn't see the movie. How is it that we know what the movie's going to have to offer if the MCU isn't getting stale? How is it that we know what the MCU is going to give us in this Marvels movie if we know, if the MCU hasn't fallen from grace, if the MCU hasn't been formulaic, if the MCU hasn't been pounding on our heads for years about this agenda? You know what the MCU agenda is. The MCU agenda is that if you have a vagina, you're better. Women over men, diversity over better people taking the positions. It's not about having the best talent. It's about what color you are. What sexuality? What do you choose to have sex with? Are you into men or women? Hey, you might not be into men or women. We want you. Pansexuals, welcome. What's your identity? What's your politics? What do you identify? What's your gender role? Oh, how many brown people can we put in this movie? How many Asians? How many black people? How many messages and narratives do we put in this movie that let people know that we see them and they're all included? Oh, and by the way, yeah, we'll throw something in the end for the Marvel MCU fanboys so they don't cause a ruckus. We'll put some CGI and some action there so they'll have something at the end. MCU makes superhero movies where the superhero comes second, third, fourth, when the agenda, the narrative, and the idea of pushing their overall message comes before the hero. And that is the ultimate problem. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys an article that just came out, right? And it's a very short one. We're going to read it really quick because it brings home the facts of what I have to say and exactly why I'm not alone. Many of you guys watching me right now are not going to go see the Marvels. Many of you who are probably single, straight men or men with a family are not going to take your families to go see the Marvels. Not only because the movie's going to be garbage, but because of the agenda that it's pushing. That's what Disney promotes. Marvel is now Disney because Disney owns them and has taken over them. This right here is a crazy article from The Hollywood Reporter. The headline is, the Marvels may only muster $60 to $65 million box office opening, a near low for Marvel Studios. Holy shoot. Guys, I'm trying to tell y'all, just last week, it was 75 million, 80 million. Check this out. 3 weeks ago, The Marvels was tracking to open to 75 to 80 million at the domestic box office. While not a huge sum for the title in the cinematic universe, it was a respectable number. That's more cap. 75 to 80 million dollars is not a respectable number for a film that cost 250 million dollars to produce. I'll say that again. Production budget. That is the money it takes to complete the film. That does not include marketing. So we're talking about potentially $350 to $400 million to make Captain Marvel, the Marvels, come out. That's how much they're into this movie for. And to open at $80 to $75 million is not a good thing. I've seen articles like Variety, who refutes the Hollywood Reporter, saying that's not a good thing. But the Hollywood Reporter saying it's a great thing. It's not bad. Now, however, the female-fronted, make sure you put that out there, the female-fronted superhero pick may only clear 60 to 65 million. Now we've already lost $10 million more. We've lost $10 million more dollars in the matter of 3 weeks in their predictions. And what the one would have marked the lowest start for Kevin Feige. At least one service, the Quorum is predicting south of $60 million. The 33rd installment for the MCU is a sequel to 2019's Brie Larson Captain Marvel, which you guys know. It opened to $153.4 million in North America, on its way to earning a massive $1.13 billion worldwide, not adjusted for inflation. That movie had a clear advantage in that it was post-scene credit of 2018's Avengers Infinity War. So they put that movie between Avengers and Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. So a lot of people felt like they had to watch that movie to see it. When in reality, Kevin Feige hold all of us MCU fans, because he says this is the best place to put a superhero movie. After you see Infinity War and you're shocked, he knew that the best marketing position to make a movie successful was between Infinity War and Endgame. And what movie did he choose? Did he choose a Captain America movie? Did he choose a Doctor Strange movie? Did he choose Black Panther? No, he didn't. Because he wanted to promote an agenda. He chose Captain Marvel, a new hero that we didn't know or love or care about, starring Brie Larson, an actress we don't know or love or care about, because nobody's seen The Room. And here we have $1.13 billion that this movie made. And that's not going to happen this time. I am not going to go watch who wants to go watch Captain Marvel, The Marvels, to show you how great females are and men are trash, to show you how oppressive Maria Rambeau is? Is it Monica or Maria? Monica Rambeau is. She's oppressed because she's black. She's oppressed because she's native. She's oppressed because she's a woman. The first Captain Marvel had a lot of innuendos in it. You want to know why they call it a cockpit? I mean, some of the most cringiest stuff. Nia DaCosta is a black director-writer who decided to create this movie. She is a novice. She got her job because of this color of her skin. In fact, it was put in the Variety article that said Nia DaCosta left production of The Marvels a month early to go start shooting another movie in Europe with Tessa Thompson, another black actress who's arguably trash. Valkyrie's garbage in the MCU. So we see that Nia DaCosta even left The Marvels because she has no passion or care for it outside of promoting her agenda. She shouldn't even have the job, to be honest with you. But Disney love when you got melanin in your skin. They don't care so much about getting the best director or the best writer or the best actor or actress. They're more concerned about the gender, sex, identity, and politics of who the talent is. And when you do that, when you narrow yourself down to the smallest minute details of what you choose to have sex with, what color of skin you have, this is the most overt inverse racism I've ever seen. And when you do that and you break yourself down on that level, you're guaranteed not going to get the best candidate to make your movie. If this was a best person gets the job type of formula, well, Phase 4 wouldn't be Phase 4. Nia DaCosta wouldn't be the director of the Marvels or Captain Marvel. Taika Waititi would not have been chosen to direct Thor: Love and Trash, the worst superhero movie ever put on film. Ryan Coogler would not have been able to create a woman-empowering, man-hating, single father, depressing story of a black child with no dad and no culture in the country of Wakanda movie. Although there's things that I like about Wakanda Forever, it's a travesty. That Ant-Man 3 with the Wasp and Michelle Pfeiffer and his little daughter who's taking over the mantle of him, who had sexual agendas and innuendos in their characters, wouldn't have been the disaster dump fire that it is. I can go on and I can go on and I can go on. But to sum this up, who the freak wants to see a movie that's not for me? Who wants to see an MCU movie that's not for MCU fans? Who wants to see a movie that is going to give agendas to my children? Who wants to see a movie as superhero fans that's not about the superhero? I don't. I remember 6-7 years ago, I was like a diamond in the rough, a few out of the bunch, 1 out of 10, a rare nigga. But what I've seen over the last 5 years is that more and more people are starting to think like me. More and more people are starting to see the MCU for the bullshit that they put out. It isn't just the MCU, it's all of Hollywood. But the MCU has the most influence. MCU has our children. Disney has our children. If there is an agenda to change humanity and change society as we know it, you only need to target the children. Good. I'm all the way good on a Captain Marvel, The Marvels movie. This movie is going to flop. People aren't going to go see it. And a lot of you are not going to go see Captain Marvel, The Marvels, because you already know the type of product that you're going to get. This movie screams flop. It screams, you're a man. This ain't for you. This movie screams, oh, it only flopped because men didn't go see it. We need to put women in artistic directorial positions, women who have talent, women who actually care about the material, like the director of Eternals. But you guys shunned her down a freaking ditch when she made one of the greatest MCU movies. Oh, did I lose your credibility? Oh, you don't believe me no more? I'm trash? What of it? Salt, baby. I love it. Subscribe to Jody's Corner. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I am Jody Joe, and I'm out. Deuces.